Just get into bed, you nong.
I wanna stay in holiday.
Oh, this dude's boiling!
We've got the wrong part sent out. Oh my god.
I want to love, I want to leave, I want peaceful day. Stay in this peaceful bay. Countless stars in the sky.
Last Monday we said goodbye to our pal Matthew after a week of practicing and filming. We beached our boat, which was pretty awesome, and then a broken boom meant we would have to put sailing on hold for a while. So we're motoring around to Falmouth. It's about 13 nautical miles away, and we couldn't even sail just with the head sail because we're beating into it right now and it will take all day to get there. But yeah, we're going to Falmouth because that's where the gooseneck, the new part's going to get delivered to our friends Crystal and George at Yacht Services. And I'll just show you the broken part, the broken gooseneck. Why do they call it a gooseneck?
Because it swings the boom around like a neck.
Ah, well that makes sense. This is a really tight anchorage. All the boats are facing different directions. Apparently there's been weird wind and currents according to one of the guys we just asked, so. That looks so cool from underwater, those waves.
You are like the worst throw I have ever seen.
Ready, set.
3, that's 3 shots.
Ready. It's hard, it's a weird angle. Oh yeah. Can I have a towel? We just got absolutely drenched coming into town. The boys seem very happy with the tropical, it's the first tropical rain we've had. It actually is, isn't it?
It's a squall!
But I'm not too happy. I hate being wet in clothes. This isn't right.
You're a sook.
I can be a sook if I want. Can't all be rainbows and butterflies. Oh, we had so much fun going to town. We got soaking wet.
I'm trying to be a man, I'm so lazy boy.
We did a little shop and picked up our mail. Once we got back to the boat, we could fix the boom and look at leaving the island in the next day or so when the weather was in our favour. There's Elayna. Looks like they're painting it. That's the old part, which was completely snapped off there. And that's the new part, which we ain't getting through. That's about 16 mil and that's about 14 mil. So, as has always been my experience, we've got the wrong part sent out the first time. The second time, we could be luckier. I've got something to tell you, Elayna.
Uh-oh. What?
The part doesn't fit.
No.
Mhm.
Liar.
Why would I lie and film it?
How do you know it doesn't fit?
Well, because I just went and checked it.
Did you?
Mhm.
Oh my god. What are we gonna do?
Make sure that it's a downwinder and just run the head sail.
You wanna?
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to sail very much. Okay.
There was a miscommunication over bolt diameters, which was probably my fault, and it would mean that in the next few days we'd be leaving with half a sailboat. Having a genuine problem to fix for the first time on the new Le Vagabonde actually reminded me of the old Le Vagabonde, where I would spend a lot of time doing that sort of stuff. In the meantime, we did have a few more little jobs to do, but firstly we'd be drowning our sorrows in the ocean with some freediving. This guy, he's still alive. He was kicking around the rocks with a hook in his mouth.
Oh, this dude's foiling! Get him! Where I'm bound, I don't know. No place I'm going, I'm just moving. So on and so.
I've got no idea if I'm going to be in focus or what on earth is going to be going on here. So I thought I'd start writing my book again. So I snuck off the boat and came down to this beach here and started tapping away. I started writing one back in, I don't know what year it was a fair while ago now, but the first time I broke my neck, and I figured because of the Atlantic crossing and what happened, I dug up what I'd written before, read a bit of it, which wasn't very good. I was younger and I want to change a lot of it, but it's a great start, and I'd like to sort of continue, build on what I wrote before. And for the last part of the crossing I wrote quite a bit, and I'm gonna keep going and see what I can come up with.
Paperback writer.
So this is my new mate I met, Mike. How you going, man?
Good, good.
Good?
Yeah.
And what's your name, dude?
Sylvester.
Sylvester. And you've been getting a few lobster?
Yeah, and fish as well.
Yeah, nice. You head out pretty regularly, or?
No.
Nah.
Not really. Once a blue moon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You just got a booger there, mate. They are pretty small, aren't they? What's this one? Are you going to eat that?
Yeah, that's the shellfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You stuff it with breadcrumbs and so forth, and then you cook it like steam,
Yeah.
and then you eat it from the inside.
Okay, well done.
Yeah.
Great. I wouldn't even think to shoot that. That doesn't look too good. So I just had a little session heading home to the boat, and I think that we are going to be having the snapper that I found hooked today on the rock. That'll be dinner. That looks pretty fantastic. Got awesome.
I hope it
What do you
tastes
call that?
fantastic. This fish sort of got lucky getting away from the hook, and then
I think we did the right thing.
I think so too.
Night and day, you are the one.
Oh, there's an eyeball.
Only you.
Yeah.
Beneath the
Look, it just popped out.
and under the sun.
I did.
Ew.
Whether near to me or far, it makes no difference where you are. I think of you. Night and day, day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the boring traffic boom, in the silence.
Alright, give me the rundown.
Trying to get into the US is nearly as difficult as it is trying to get into Australia. So we called up the American consulate and said, hey, we're citizens of the world. I'm not 100% sure that we're booked in. Thank you. Thanks for your help. I'll do the rest of it online. Okay. Is that okay? Okay. Thank you very much.
Let us in.
No, I said, is there any way around this? And she said, no. So we have to go and get photographs taken. Then we need to fill out the visas, which I've done mine. Elayna needs to do hers. Then we'll send them off. Once they're sent off, Barbados will give us a time when we can go there. Then we need to book a flight to Barbados, hand them the visas, get them all signed off, sit an interview,
Continue.
We don't want to sail to Barbados. It's 300 miles in the wrong direction. We want
And
to be
against
going,
the trade winds.
so we want to be going to Florida to meet up with our patrons. So we need to meet them, and we've committed to that, and we're very much looking forward to it. So somewhere along the way we're going to have to stop, put the boat in a marina and book a flight, which is really annoying, but whatever, we'll get it done.
I've cracked it. There's way too many hard questions in there. And Riley left me to go and get a coffee, and I got stuck, so I'm not doing it.
So many hard questions. Do you seek to engage in espionage, sabotage, export control violations, or any other illegal activity, Elayna? Are you a terrorist? Are you a representative of a terrorist? Are you engaged in genocide, torture, other acts of violence? These are all pretty standard. All no's apart from the child soldier one. Wonder how many people they've tripped up with these questions. No. Oh, you got me. Okay. Here's all our documents. Do I look like my passport photo? No, he's been charged with attempted murder. It's probably not very funny. Done.
Got the deck light on, and I've told the boys to meet me at the front for date night.
So a nice relaxing end to an otherwise pretty difficult and stressful day, Elayna. US visa difficulties and broken boom difficulties,
Yeah.
import duty, customs official difficulties. You can always rely on the front deck
And friends.
and the deck light
And food.
and shukran.
I was thinking, we've never been to the other side, and I can hear music. Doesn't really sound like good music, but I was thinking we should drive over to the other side of the bay and check it out. You are actually pregnant.
Let's go to town, Elayna.
On a tout pris, nos clics et nos claques.
Hopefully no squalls come because all the windows are open.
Des coups de trick, des coups de poing de pied et des claques.
Alright, let's just see where we are. A little reef, but I reckon we'll be right.
Geez, you've come a long way since Tahiti, haven't you, darling?
What did you say?
Elayna crashed into I should leave you alone about this by now. I said, alright, we can go snorkeling with your girlfriends, but you need to make sure that we, wherever we're going is totally fine. No, what happened?
Yeah, well, I wanted to go snorkeling, and I was taking everyone to a spot that someone had just told us about. Anyway, I said I knew where I was going, off some rough directions from someone, and we ran straight into a reef. I am in a bit of trouble at the moment because we went diving and I said I know where I was going and I didn't, and Riley was driving the tender and we ran into some reef going really quickly. The prop's broken. We don't know what's wrong with it, but we're going to sort it out tomorrow, hopefully.
The moral of the story being, she didn't check Navionics, which after I asked her to, but she brought it with her tonight, and I'm very proud. Very proud of you, aren't I, darling? This is probably going to be the crab hole up here. Like.
Yeah, I hope it is the crab hole. What's the crab hole?
You want to go and have a beer? The crab hole has got to be the coolest known pub in all of the Caribbean. And I've driven past it about 3 or 4 times, and I always yell out, "Oh, it's the crab hole, Elayna!" And now we're going to go there tonight.
Fancy. Like a boss. There are some fancy boats around here. Huge. Every single one of them. I didn't realise this was like a super yacht place. Look at the watercolour. That's crazy.
For the night, right?
Yeah.
You guys just get here today? Going down.
Yep.
You understand? Crab hole this, right?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Awesome. The security guard. Well, I was talking to him, and he's like, "Blah blah blah. What boat are you on?" And I remembered the name of one of the boats that we walked past, the big one. And I was like, "Claire."
And he goes, yeah, okay, man. Yeah, come on. He directed us to the crab hole. So it's just up here, I hope.
And he said to look out for crazy drivers this time of night on this road.
Is that the crab hole? No.
Yeah, this is the crab hole. Tell me they don't have shirts. They have. They have crab hole shirts. Then you know it's lit.
That's a liquor shop. I thought it was a bar.
I think it is outside. There's tables outside.
I think that's where you take your takeaways and get smacked, drink half of them before you take them to your mates. You good?
Yeah.
Look, here you go. There's the seating. This is the bar.
It's not a pub.
Happy date night.
Don't get the cheers.
Date
That's so cheesy.
Happy date night, everyone.
Get the cheers. Cheers.
Your hair looks ridiculous.
Yours does.
I'm sorry, I have to tease you every time you wash your hair. It does look funny. So, Stefan spotted some crabs around the crab hole. And there seems to be like some ditches, which I'm guessing gets some water every now and then when there's rain. So maybe that's why they call the crab hole, because of all the crabs. What do you think about that, Ross?
I completely agree.
Do you?
Yep.
I'm pretty smart. Myla, meow. Myla.
Meow.
Hey.
I hate cats.
What kind of a jump should I do?
Just get into bed, you nong.
I don't know what that was. What'd you pick? It's gotta be something stupid, isn't it? Isn't it? No.
2,400-pound thermal.
Not watching this sci-fi. Really?
This is so bad.
You agree that it's bad?
It's the worst movie I've ever seen.
Can we turn it off?
It's still better than most of the ones you watch.
Are you trying to prove a point to me?
Yep.
Well, point's proven. Can we please change it?
No, it's my turn to choose one tonight. And if you're both going to play this game,
You're not really good at it.
Payback, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somewhere there, there's shadow.
What's happened?
it's the crowded anchorage. I should write a song called Crowded Anchorage.
Nice explanation, Riley. So this
it's tired.
So it's 4 a.m. and this small sailboat came in and anchored pretty close to us in the afternoon. And I thought because it's so calm, our anchor was definitely not where they thought it was. And yeah, they've anchored super close to us. And Stefan woke us up because they were how many meters from the back of the boat?
Maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that
could
was
jump on the
so
boat.
close. Yeah. It sounds to me like they don't know where to move. They were just like, is it shallow around here? So
I should not be up right now.
great start to the day. Here's what's coming up next week. A new adventure west doesn't disappoint. We take you to one of our favourite places and embrace the elements.
Puisqu'on doit se quitter, puisqu'on doit s'en aller, puisque le temps nous traque, prenons nos clics et nos claques, chargeons-nous de nos souvenirs, pour davantage mieux revenir